All right, if you're a commercial landlord, you need to listen up. There's this hidden risk, a little detail in your lease that could literally cost you everything. And today, we're going to find it and we're going to fix it.
So let's play this out for a second. Imagine your tenant, right? They've got a busy restaurant in your building. A customer slips on a wet floor inside their restaurant and bam, they're suing. So who's on the hook for those legal bills? You? The tenant? Well, the answer, it's probably not what you think. And this little scenario, it shines a massive spotlight on a risk you might be carrying right this second without a clue.
And that right there, that is what we call the landlord's liability gap. Think of it like this dangerous little no man's land between where your insurance policy stops and your tenant's should start. And trust me, closing this gap, it is absolutely one of the most critical things you can do to protect your investment.
Okay, so here's the bottom line. The thing you got to burn into your brain. As the owner of that property, you carry the liability for everything that happens there. That's the default setting. It doesn't just, vanish into thin air. You have to take action. You have to legally and intentionally transfer that risk away from you.
So how do you do that? How do you protect yourself?
Well, your first line of defense is, of course, your own insurance policy. But, and this is a big but, you've got to understand exactly what it's built for and what it's not. For most of you out there, that policy is probably called a lessor's risk-only policy. You'll hear us call it an LRO policy for short. And it's designed specifically for landlords just like you, folks who own a building but lease out most or even all of it to other businesses. Now, your LRO policy is awesome for what it does. It covers the big stuff, the building itself, the walls, the roof. It also covers common areas like the lobby or the parking lot. But here is the absolute key, the part you can't miss. It does not cover claims that come from your tenant's day-to-day business. So that grease fire in their kitchen? Nope. That slip and fall inside their store? Not covered. And that is the liability gap we're talking about. So how do we close that gap? How do we transfer that risk? You might think the answer is a bigger, more expensive insurance policy for you, but it's not. The real solution is actually way simpler and way more powerful. It's a tool you can put right inside your lease agreement. And here it is. This is the whole ballgame right here. You need to require your tenant to name you, the landlord, as an additional insured on their general liability policy. This little phrase legally pulls their insurance coverage over you like a shield. Think of it this way. This one clause builds a fortress around you. Step 1, you bake this additional insured clause into every single lease. No exceptions. Step 2, you get proof. You require an updated certificate of insurance from them when they sign and every time they renew. And what's the result? Well, now, when something happens because of their business, their insurance has to step up to the plate first. It defends you, and it keeps your own policy's claims history clean. It's a beautiful thing. So I gotta ask you, be honest with yourself for a second. Are you absolutely 100% positive that every single one of your tenants has this in their lease and that you have an updated certificate to prove it? Because if there's even a little bit of doubt, if you're not totally sure, you're just sitting on a huge, unnecessary financial risk. But here's the good news. Finding out for sure if you're protected and actually getting that protection locked in, it's fast, like really fast. In fact, you can get the ball rolling in about 60 seconds. So please, don't put this off. Just click the link down in the description right now. It'll start your free and totally no obligation policy review. Our team will take a look at what you've got and tell you exactly where you stand. Seriously, it's the quickest way to get some real peace of mind on this. Okay, so we've closed the liability gap. That's huge. But if you really want to make your policy bulletproof, let's talk about 2 more essential add-ons. We call them endorsements in the insurance world. They can take your protection to a whole other level. All right, first up, loss of rents coverage. Let's say there's a fire. Your building's damaged and your tenant has to clear out while you repair it. This coverage literally pays you the rental income you're losing during that time. Because let's be real, the bank doesn't care about the fire. Your mortgage payment is still due. Then, number 2 is ordinance or law coverage. This one is so important and often overlooked. Imagine a small fire causes some damage. Easy fix, right? Well, maybe. But what if the building code for electrical wiring has changed since your property was built? Suddenly, that simple fix turns into a massive, super expensive project to bring the whole system up to code. This coverage pays for those unexpected, mandatory upgrade costs. It's a lifesaver. Look, you've worked incredibly hard to build your real estate portfolio. These simple, strategic moves we're talking about, this is how you make sure that hard work is protected for the long haul. So if you take away one thing from this today, let it be this. Protecting your property isn't just about having an insurance policy. It's about smart, strategic risk transfer. It's about making your lease and your policy work together, hand in hand, to form a powerful shield around your assets. And that's exactly what we specialize in, building policies that do just that. So please, don't leave your investment exposed for one more day. Click that link below right now and get your free custom quote for a lessor's risk policy, along with that complimentary review of your insurance requirements.
Hey, thank you so much for hanging out and learning with us today. We really appreciate you taking the time. Just remember, protecting what you've built all starts with understanding your risks. And hey, if you found this valuable, do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button for more tips just like this for real estate investors. And you know what? Share this with another landlord you know. They might really need to see this. And feel free to check out our other explainers to keep arming yourself with this kind of knowledge. Thanks again for watching.